Ah, there you are. Welcome to Dear Smash Community, a new series I'll be uploading whenever the heck I feel like it, where I ask you, the Smash community, a question, and I'll talk about and make fun of your answers. Today's question is, who's a character that you want to see in Smash Brothers that no one else ever talks about? Let's get right into your answers. Mario sitting in a chair. I'm officially canceling Dear Smash Community. If you want to submit answers for future episodes of Dear Smash Community, you can send answers to me either by joining my Discord server where I have an entire channel dedicated to just collecting your submissions, or you can follow me on Twitter, where I'll make a tweet for each question and you can respond to it with your answer. Every answer you see here today came from one of those two places. Egad or King Boo. Okay, so we're not talking about likeliness in this video, just highlighting some characters that would be cool to see in Smash. Now, Egad or King Boo? King Boo I have seen mentioned here and there, though less so recently, but Egad, now that is a character that I actually wouldn't hate to see in Smash. Seriously, why can't we get this guy in even like a Mario Kart or something, right? You know that Nintendo does not respect you as a character when you don't even make it onto the roster of Mario Super Sluggers. Well, I'm part of the Lloyd Irving camp, though I wouldn't say nobody talks about him. Cool, well, that means this goes against the entire point of this video, but yeah, where's that Mii costume at? I think we all need some resolution there. Another great one from the 16-bit era could be Plock, a mascot from a game very underrated and with godlike music. Seriously, this guy needs a comeback of some sort, outside of comics by the way. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about, man. In no way could I justify why Smash should add Plock over so many other SNES icons, but for the sake of appreciating the underappreciated, you're right to say that Plock needs to come back in some form. Who wouldn't want to hear Xander Moba say Plock in his announcer voice? Come on. BlastBox, now. Yeah, okay. Someone was inevitably going to make that joke, fair enough. BlastBox Mii is a pretty good character that doesn't get too much fan outcry. Okay, but this was not necessary. You willingly chose to expose my audience, my entire audience, to this image with no concern for the physical and mental repercussions it would have on them. Shame on you and your lack of empathy. Joe Mama for Smash, stock image, man. Okay, did we already run out of real video game characters to talk about here? Jin, now that is more like it. Low-key, the best new Nintendo villain introduced in the Switch era. He's like Darth Vader if they rewrote his story to consist of nothing but anime tropes, and somehow that did not create the most cursed villain in Nintendo history. A surprisingly grounded take on the dangers of nihilism. I want Jin in Smash. He'd represent Xenoblade 2 so much better than Rex. Okay, I disagree with you there because Jin alone doesn't represent the whole relationship between Driver and Blade, which is the entire hook of Xenoblade 2's combat, and I just don't see them adding Laura to Smash, but Jin would absolutely fight unlike anyone else we have in Smash, and without needing to rely on any forced gimmicks that so many characters need in order to stand out at all. And that alone is always enough to get me excited about a character. Also, if Jin got in Smash, that's almost a guarantee that both the power of Jin and Deathmatch with Torna would get into Smash. And that's a thought that should excite you. Okay, I spent a lot of time on that one, so let's get another quick one out of the way. My choice would be Dory from Zero Ranger. Zero Ranger is an indie shmup released in 2018 for PC, made by two Finnish dudes, and my favorite shmup. It's because of my love for this game that I would love to see representation. The closest thing we have to a shmup character, okay, yeah, a lot of people essentially wrote their own Wikipedia page on the character and sent it to me to explain why they want who they want, which is awesome because it just, it warms my heart to see so many people enthusiastic about the characters they love. On the other hand, I've got a video to pace here. Dory, she's a green girl, she's super cute, and she's from a shmup. Underappreciated game genre. Thumbs up, sir. I don't think I really have a character that I want badly and nobody talks about. You sure about that, buddy? Because the next 3 paragraphs or so that you wrote tell a different story. You are right though, Madeline is talked about a little bit here and there, but there's just so many indie characters that people would love to have in Smash that it's hard to tell which ones are truly likely, right? But side note, someone else wrote up an entire moveset for Madeline in the Discord, which doesn't exactly fit the theme of this video, but I was just impressed by it that I'll go ahead and flash it on the screen for y'all to read. It's good stuff. I would have said a LEGO character like Pepper that originated in a video game, since LEGO is one of the most recognizable brands ever, and they've made huge name in games, technically, but so how about I go with Slender Man, because he's a pretty iconic gaming character from an indie horror, although I don't really know if gaming character or creepypasta. Both times, Kratos, Sackboy, Nathan Drake. Okay, got to the meat of your post there. Pretty sure the question did specify singular character? One character that you want to see, not, 5. Slenderman in Smash sounds delightfully terrible to me, like in the best, worst way. I don't know how to describe the feeling it gives me. I'm not purely against it, but I don't want it. But I think it'd be kind of funny. The only LEGO character that I will accept in Smash Brothers is the Beach Trooper, and they did originate in a video game. Kratos is cool. Sackboy's not for me, but I do get the desire. Nathan Drake, great character. Fantastic character. But dang, I get scared whenever gun characters get into fighting games. But I do want Doomguy and Master Chief, so I'll shut up. Jesse and James. Not a bad call, but I kind of have a hard time accepting Jesse and James without Meowth getting equally represented alongside them. Also, I just have no interest in Jesse and James if they're gonna localize out James' beautiful fake balloons again. Do you speak any other languages other than English? I don't think you get the game, friend. I want to know your thoughts on Master Higgins possibilities. Okay, so everyone talks about Ryu Hayabusa as the next third-party NES character, but Master Higgins is cool, man. He has more interesting moveset potential than most platforming mascots, I feel. You could just make his entire moveset out of dinosaurs if you wanted. I couldn't call him likely because I don't even think Hayabusa is that likely, and I'd peg him as the most likely third-party NES character. But you do provide a nice little write-up here about why Higgins deserves respect, along with Putty, the other character you talk about, and wow, we're getting some Amiga characters up in here. I'm into it. I mean, you say in your post, it's pretty close to impossible, but Putty is one of those characters that I feel like I'd run into on like the spirit board without knowing that they're a spirit in the game, and it'd make me feel good seeing them there. It could be a very interesting character for sure. I'm a big fan of getting mascots from consoles that aren't Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, or PC. Just any representation for those characters puts a smile on my face. KK's wheelchair without KK, Taco. This is a channel about a Nintendo game. You say KK, people are gonna think you're talking about KK Slider. Don't confuse my audience, that's bad for retention time. Probably. I never look at retention time. Let's give you one more chance here. Suhao. Hey Taco, Ed Boon here. Hey, they want to add a Mortal Kombat character to Smash, and I know you're such a big MK fan, so I thought I'd let you pick which character should join the Smash roster. Yeah, we could do Sub-Zero, Raiden. I personally think Katana could be really fun.
Suhao.
Well, we were also thinking that Liu Kang could...
Suhao.
Maybe Mocap? Okay, one more try, Taco. Cobra! You just want to flex your knowledge on obscure MK characters, don't you? Mine is probably Tetsuya So, the Persona 2 protagonist. He is very cool and has my favorite design out of all the Persona protagonists. Oh dude, I haven't played Persona 2, but just based on this picture you sent me, I totally see why. Big agree there. Man, Persona character design really went downhill after 2, didn't it? They started doing nothing but gross skinny guys. What I love even more is that you also posted this character on the Discord where you wrote a little bit more about them because you had a larger character limit, and you opened by saying, Tetsuya, oh, you spelled the last name differently in the Discord post. I'm going to assume that the first way you typed it is correct because that's easier for me to say. Tetsuya It's not even that funny. Tetsuya So, he is a way better protagonist than Joker. I'm not laughing at the opinion, that's fine, just old school Persona and SMT fans being salty about Persona 5 is some of the tastiest salt for me on the internet. Now you all know how Nintendo era Final Fantasy fans felt in 1997. You do write a lot more about the character in your post, but I don't know the first thing about Persona 2, so I'm pretty dang content with Joker being the only Persona protagonist, I must say. I really like Persona 3, so if Minato got into Smash, like, I'd personally be cool with it, but I just don't see it as a necessity at all. I think it'd do more harm than good. Not someone that isn't talked about, but someone really under-discussed by the Smash fandom, Toad. He deserves it. Nathan, speaking of my soul here, you know, Toad used to be the #1 most talked about Mario character for Smash, behind Geno, of course. And somewhere down the line, the Smash community just lost their way. What happened? I hope I get a chance to go a bit more in-depth on Toad and Smash in the future because there's a lot to talk about there that a lot of people just don't bring up anymore. I'm a big Toad guy myself. Toad or Captain Toad, they're interchangeable to me. You also go on to say, also any PlayStation character. I know it's unlikely, but you never know. Ratchet & Clank would be my choice. You know, they might be my choice as well. That new game looks so dang clean. I'm so excited for it. And it looks like you have a friend. I got another Twitter post showing love for Ratchet. We love to see it. Sony even says Ratchet & Clank will be very important moving forward. Not necessarily likely to happen, but I want it. Yeah, I do too, man. I would love if Ratchet & Clank really step up as a much more prominent, more kid-friendly, cartoony, you know, platformy style icon for Sony. I think they fit that mold perfectly. I'm very excited about the future of Ratchet & Clank. Just not necessarily in Smash. I have 4. Primarina Ruby Heart. Dude, okay, I don't even need to read the rest. Ruby Heart? I did not expect to get to talk about Ruby Heart in this video, man. Brilliant. I am all there for it. She has a great character design from a game that absolutely deserves to be celebrated in a celebration of great video games. This is one of my favorite suggestions in this video. You also say Sylvanos and Chris from Deltarune. Indie characters are cool too. Speedwagon. There. You happy? You got me to talk about JoJo on my channel, you sadistic jerks. Spike from Ape Escape, a dead franchise from Sony. Well, really selling the character there, aren't you? He would fit perfectly with the Nintendo characters, man. Yeah, another fantastic PlayStation choice here. And you're right, this dude absolutely fits right alongside Nintendo characters, just aesthetically. Perfect choice for this video topic. I present Spike from the game Spike for the Vectrex. Yo, I didn't think we'd be busting out some Generation 2 console characters in this video, man. That is some hardcore gaming history knowledge right there. I'm really into the idea of getting some pre-NES console characters in Smash. I don't think it's gonna happen, but just like, dang, that is some awesome niche history that I would love to see. It'd make Ultimate, or Smash in general, feel like a more complete celebration of gaming as a whole. To get some characters that even predate Super Mario Bros. In like the NES in terms of home consoles. Like some Gen 1 and 2 consoles. Piku Niku is underrated and you will play this game. I just like Piku Niku, that's the only reason I'm putting this one in the video. Piku Niku's sick, dude, go play it. I'd love some representation for level 5. It's now likely too late with level 5 closing US operations, but I'd love an SNK style Big Bang representing its main series all at once. Character would need to be Jim Banyan from Yokai Watch or Professor Layton. I will never know how to pronounce that thing's name. Then Inazuma 11 spirits, please. Layton was such a popular pick for Smash 4. I really love your idea of companies getting the SNK treatment, you know, just having one character, but still representing the whole company within the Challenger Pack. I think besides level 5, that would work really well for Arc System Works. Really thought I was going to be able to list more than one there. I don't know what Inazuma 11 is, so Sorry about that, dude. Master Wu from Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu. I prefer a little less clothing on my Lego characters. Raichu. The poor guy is always forgotten and disrespected by Game Freak and other companies, and a spot in Smash could solidify his rightful place in history. Plus, I really feel like we should have more Echo Fighters. A slower, more powerful Pikachu to complete the trio. Justice for Raichu, man. I really thought with Echo Fighters there was some hope, but nope. It's hard to love someone knowing that they're constantly being hurt and you have no way to help them. I love Raichu, man. He is my favorite of that evolutionary line. I have nothing, I don't have anything more to say, I really like Raichu, and I wish Game Freak did as well.
Freaking hide from uni!
Yo, ignore that no reaction. I haven't even played Under Night, and I know that Hyde would be awesome in Smash. Almost as awesome as getting Under Night music in Smash. I want to play Under Night so bad, man. Gotta mention my boy Maxwell from Scribblenauts. He has so much potential for a moveset and could do so many different things and have many different playstyles. I think he'd be a great addition. Yo, okay, people actually gave this one a yes reaction, and yeah, Maxwell would be awesome in Smash. We don't have enough DS reps in general. Fun fact, the first time I ever made a fan-made Smash roster, it was for Smash 4 at the time, I had Maxwell on it. I loved Scribblenauts so much as a kid, man. Such an instantly appealing concept for a game. Keeping it with 5th Cell, to be frank, I know why nobody talks about Drawn to Life in Smash, because Maxwell is a lot more known. Fun fact, both game series were made by the same developer, yeah. But I'm gonna say I hope people talk about this series with Smash considering a new game is coming to Switch. Somehow. I assume you're talking about the playable character, I don't think you're pitching a Raposa for Smash. How do you do a character that you have to draw and name yourself? You're just gonna drop that paradox on me and expect me to be smart enough to figure that out? I just learned how to make grilled cheese like a week ago. And now we've got 2 posts that I did record during the original session, but during the recording the microphone got a little funky for a little bit. It's not the cleanest audio ever, and I'd rather just re-record it than make you listen to it. So this here is the first one that I have to redo, and it's a significant one too. This is from Matt L, one of the two, who says Rex and Pyra / Mithra. This honestly might be the single most talked about character of anyone I'm talking about today. But of course, I have an opportunity to talk about Rex getting into Smash, so I'm gonna talk about it. Not that you guys need to hear me yet again talk about how fantastic of a game Xenoblade 2 is, or talk about how much I love Rex as both an RPG protagonist and a potential fighting game character. Such a winner of a concept. And one that, unlike so many others in this video, has an actual real shot. Although, I will say, at least based on the content that Xenoblade Chronicles 1 got in Smash 4, temper your expectations. What you say at the end there, getting music from like Torna and X, I'd love it. Getting Uncontrollable or the Torna battle theme in there, but look, if we can just get Incoming and Driver Verses and the 2 songs I mentioned earlier from the game like that, I'll be content with that. Xenoblade representation in Smash is admittedly, it's kind of weak overall, right? At least weaker than some other RPGs that are in this game. And then the other one that I'm re-recording here talks about Rean Schwarzer from Trails of Cold Steel. Yet another RPG that I hear is brilliant and awesome and I would love to play it, but unfortunately, God did not bless human beings with a long enough lifespan to enjoy every single fantastic JRPG that our species has produced. You say the main reason you want him is because alongside Joker and Byleth, if Rean got in, that would be all 3 of your favorite games coming together in Smash, and yeah, that's the best feeling, right? When Smash brings together specifically like your favorite characters and you get to have them all in one game. Rean, Joker, Byleth, that is a pretty dang solid lineup of favorite RPGs there. I applaud you for the taste, even as someone that has not played a Trails game yet. Just a lot of clear love and passion for the character in this post. It's just really nice to see, you know? Also, Stunfisk would be sweet. Ah yes, the Sophie's Choice of Smash Brothers. Rean Schwarzer versus Stunfisk. Who will be Challenger Pack 23? I'd love to see a character that originated from a video game show in Smash, like Bluster Kong, Eddie the Mean Old Yeti, Captain Scurvy, Birdo Baby, Sleeker Dingo, or Sonya/Manic. I love all these characters, and they are game related, so this would be way bast cool. But nobody talks about any of them, so they probably have no chance of getting in. The most interesting part about this post to me is actually that last sentence, as if to imply that characters being talked about online directly impacts which characters are selected for the game. I'm sure that's not literally what you meant, but that gave me a chuckle. I can't say I am enthusiastic or hype about the prospect of any of these characters joining Smash, but I am glad that someone gets hyped about that prospect. The Bard from Wandersong, yeah, Clumbo, this dude looks really cool. I really like the art style. Is he so cool that you had to paste this message 8 times on the Discord? Probably not. Alice from American McGee's Alice. Who? Oh, I've heard of this before. Wow, another pretty deep cut here. I can't comment because I haven't played it, but I like the uniqueness. Kind of like a Dracula thing, right? Like it is very clearly not originally a video game character, but it's a very unique, very directly video gamey interpretation, like very distinct to the video game interpretation of that character. Interesting pick. I guess a character from Skylanders like Gil Grunt, due to the game being one of the biggest parts of my childhood. And another guy said, "You might have heard me say this in the server before, but I really want Chaos in Smash." Skylanders was a big deal, man. I can see why some would think a character in Smash would be cool. You know, not the character that I would choose. I think there's someone from Skylanders a bit more significant and would fit really well with the theme of Smash Brothers, but what do I know? Saber from the Fate series. The Fate series is really huge in Japan, with the mobile game grossing over $4 billion. While it is today mostly known for its anime and mobile game, it originated as a visual novel, a yet unrepped genre, and has had many other games following. While yes, she is a sword fighter, I feel that she still has a lot to offer with don't worry, I don't have a negative bias against sword fighters. Another one I don't know much about, which honestly is what I was hoping for with this video, is a chance to celebrate the often uncelebrated. And dang, are you celebrating? This dude made this incredible graphic showing the entire Challenger Pack that would come along with this character. What? This is ridiculously well done, almost too well done to feature on my channel. A+, definitely the best presentation of any submission today. It's a crime that nobody said Ray Mark III. Maybe I'm just too old. Hey, there we go, finally another character that I know. Because yeah, you are too old, but I'm too old too. Look at Ray, and tell me you don't want to see that guy in Smash. Dude just looks like an instantly appealing fighting game character. Here's my wishlist roster, very Western based, but it's my personal wishlist. Okay, so yeah, this person sent in a roster which luckily does include one character that I would say isn't talked about quite as much as the others, Dragonborn. I've said it before, I want to spike someone with a shout. We need some more darker fantasy in Smash Brothers. And then Doom Guy, I figured we'd stick the Bethesda boys together. Again, I wouldn't really say that nobody talks about Doom Guy, though he is a much less fashionable choice these days. I can't really think of too many constructive comments or even jokes to say about this character, really. Awesome character from some top tier video games that would bring something new and unique to Smash. That's nothing but a good character choice right there. Honestly, I'm up for anything, but IMO Smash should represent PC and shooters, and Heavy from TF2 is right there. At least from the perspective of a Western fan, Heavy would be a huge inclusion. Gun characters do scare me a lot of the time, even Doom Guy in some ways. But the representation would be monumental. Just the thought of Nintendo and Valve shaking hands over anything, that is a huge deal. Should not be underestimated how important that relationship could be. It's not a character that I'm checking for very much, but it's getting a lot more popular of a choice as time goes on, I will say that. I want red hair Goku. I've said it for years at this point. Chrono, please, Sakurai. Oh, yo, you want Ron in Smash too? Heck yeah. Yeah, Super Nintendo icons are like my comfort characters. Did I use that word correctly, Reddit? What an awesome looking dude, man. How do we not have a katana user in Smash, by the way? Is that weird to anyone else? There's a character no one talks about anymore, Samurai Goro. Someone that really surprises me that no one talks about is a Life is Strange rep. I know it was never on any Nintendo console, but it's still one of the biggest games of all time. I think it at least deserves a mention since it was made by Scribblenauts. Okay, I've actually thought about this before. I've never mentioned it on the channel, I think, but I have long said that I would be so down for Max and Smash because I just think it'd be hilarious if Smash looked at the pantheon of Square Enix characters. Yeah. Chrono, 2B, Neku, roughly 132 awesome Final Fantasy characters, but they chose Edgy Photographer Girl. What a crowd pleaser. Also, Life is Strange was made by Don't Nod, it was only published by Square. Sorry, fact checking is a chronic disease of mine. I don't know if anyone here played this game, but in my country, this game was everywhere in home computers. It's called Neighbors from... am I allowed to say that? I don't even know my own rules on what I'm allowed to say on my channel. It's a game that consists of hiding in your neighbor's house and make traps to troll him. It also has games in Nintendo consoles like GameCube and DS. The character's name is Woody, by the way. I have nothing to add, I don't know a thing about this character, I just thought the post was really fascinating and I wanted to share it. Like, just a video game character that, like, I've never heard of this guy, I don't know anything about these games, so I think at least I can say in America, this is a complete unknown. So I kind of like hearing about characters that might be super recognizable to other countries, but not my own. I found this one interesting. If I only had to choose one, I gotta go with Zagreus from Hades. Zagreus? Zagrus? Yeah, cool character and all, but could you please not remind me how badly I want to buy Hades? Really trying to save money right now, dude. Not cool, not cool. Mock Rider. Nobody talks about him. I only ever heard people mention him back during the Grinch leak. Mock Rider would be a really fun and cool character to add to Smash. Reminding me of the Grinch leak, ouch. I talked about Mock Rider a bit in the roster video, and yeah, in short, I'm all for it. Biker guy with a gun is cool. That's just math. My cat is very cute and could be an interesting fighter. Yeah, cats are just cute. I wanted to share a picture of a cat with you all. Got one that'll never happen, but would probably be crazy fun to use. Crypto137/138 from the Destroy All Humans series. I don't know how the Smash team would manage balancing out his crazy weapons and psychic powers, but it would be interesting to see, plus Destroy All Humans is one of my personal favorites. Ah, finally, an anal probe in Smash Brothers. Man, could you imagine if you could truly mutilate Smash characters with Crypto the way he does in the original game? The horrible things I would finally be able to do to Banjo and Lucina. Alright, final submission here. And buckle in, folks. Here we go. Final Fantasy characters. This was not submitted by Kent here. It was submitted by a Zach7, but the message got so long that they couldn't send it all in one message, and they had to DM it to one of my mods so that they could paste the entire thing into the message in a single post. Thanks for doing that, by the way. I wouldn't have even thought to offer such a thing. It never crosses my mind to help fellow humans. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, so I'll throw a few of those out there to start. I have 4 specifically. Okay, so you start by talking about mythical creatures. You mentioned Chocobo, Moogle, Cactar, and Toneberry, and you ultimately say that Moogle and Chocobo make the most sense. Man, it is an odd thought to think about playing Smash as a chicken ostrich with no one mounting it, but hey, the Chocobo Mii costume hasn't come back yet, so if Lloyd has a shot because his Mii costume hasn't come back yet, gotta afford that same thought process to Chocobo. And yeah, I love Moogle. He's got some good dunks. Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. Basically a way to include the iconic Dark Mage, but it's like a dedicated character. That makes sense. Dark Mage was one of the most common picks for what our first Final Fantasy character would be before Cloud stormed in. I'm down for getting a dedicated magic user that doesn't also rely on a sword or bat or otherwise stick-like object. Sephiroth, of course, main villain of Final Fantasy VII. He's one of the most discussed for Final Fantasy and While I'm a believer that you can add more anime swordsmen to Smash and make them wholly unique and interesting, Sephiroth isn't the first person I would go to prove that point, personally. I also don't find him particularly interesting just as a character, especially after the turn of the century happened, so I'm gonna say that Smash is doing just fine having Cloud without Sephiroth. But dude, if he did get into Smash, we get a whole 2 more Final Fantasy VII tracks on Midgar. It's pretty hype stuff. Yuna or Tidus from the FF10 games. I don't exactly know why you would pick these two over anyone else from Final Fantasy, but I like James Arnold Taylor, so I'd welcome Tidus with open arms. Let's get Tidus and Ratchet, give him 2 characters to voice in Smash. Noctis, I haven't played 15, but I really want to. And I've always been down for getting a Tekken character in Smash. Zack Fair, now as you say, he'd probably take a lot from Cloud, either being a clone or maybe even a straight up echo, but I gotta say, of all the characters mentioned here, Zack is my favorite one from a character perspective. Like, not talking about how much I want to play as him in a fighting game, just how much I enjoy the character of Zack. I like what he does for the FF7 story. He hasn't been tainted as bad as a lot of the Final Fantasy VII characters have by the oversaturation of FF7 content over the years. Now let's see here, that was about nearly 1,000 words. It took me 8 screenshots to string this whole thing together on screen here. You went over about, what, 8 characters? And you didn't mention a single Final Fantasy 1 through 6 character. Locke, Terra, Cecil, Kain, literally any party member from Final Fantasy 1. They're all so dang iconic at this point and play a mean b-ball, I'm telling you. Yeah, remember when I was talking about Salt from old school Final Fantasy fans? I was talking about me. I hope my Final Fantasy Salt is just as delicious to you as Shin Megami Tensei Salt is to me. Jokes aside, I do like modern Final Fantasy just fine, but 6 is my baby. And Final Fantasy has so much to offer Smash. No matter what game you look at, really, it's a shame that we've kind of been conditioned to not expect too much from Square when it comes to Smash content. Although if they were over generous with Final Fantasy characters in Smash, they would probably start to be hated the same way Fire Emblem characters are, so maybe it's a mercy. Now those are all the submissions I'm talking about for this video, but like I said earlier, I might go ahead and make this a recurring series if I feel like it, so I can't leave you without asking you another question for the next episode. The question I want to ask for next time is pretty similar to this one, but it's one that is far more important to me personally. What is the one music track that you most want added to Smash Ultimate? I've got high expectations for this one. You can leave a comment on this video with your answer, but if you really want to make sure that I see your submission, like I said at the beginning of this video, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord server, because there will be spots on both of those platforms specifically dedicated to collecting your responses. And until I see you again, please take care. See you guys.